Folks, we have a problem. Right now, a $1,400 boost for every Social Security recipient, possibly SSI, SSDI. Let me know if you're receiving any of those benefits. Money that could help millions of seniors finally catch a break from crushing costs. It's under attack. And it's not just politics. There are growing accusations that powerful banks, the very institutions that are holding your money, are playing favorites. And they're even punishing Americans based on their political beliefs. Now, today, President Donald J. Trump, he's in the White House. He's working to protect this boost. He wants to protect your benefits and also protect your access to your own accounts. But the fight that he's up against, it's bigger than what most people realize. And it's not just about seniors. It's also about whether banks can decide who gets served and who gets shut out. Now, we're going to break down exactly what this $1,400 Social Security payment is. Why is it being pushed so hard? And why, or more importantly, who is trying to stop this thing? Now, you're going to hear the shocking stories of account closures from people as high profile as Melania Trump, and why GOP lawmakers are saying that this is proof of banking weaponization on a national scale. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, before this video is over, you're going to have to decide where you stand. Is this $1,400 boost a lifeline America owes to its seniors? Or is it reckless spending that risks Social Security's future? And if the banks can choose who gets paid based on politics, how safe is your money, really? I want you to stick around and answer that for us here, guys. You really need to pick a side. Stick with me, because what I'm about to show you, this will change the way that you think about your benefits, your bank, and your freedom. So let's start with the heart of the matter, the $1,400 Social Security boost. You may have heard about it. The Senior Citizens League, a nonpartisan advocacy group for older Americans, just dropped a bombshell in July of this year. In black and white, they said this: enough is enough. Inflation is eating seniors alive. COLA increases, they're barely keeping lights on. And it's time for Congress to give every Social Security recipient a one-time catch-up payment of $1,400. Now, if you're in support of this bonus $1,400 Social Security payment, drop a $1,400 in the comments down below. Now, let's be clear. This isn't just for retirees. We're talking retirement, SSI, SSDI, all of the Americans living on fixed income, fixed Social Security incomes in particular. And so now, here's where a lot of people essentially misunderstand this $1,400. This $1,400 here isn't replacing the annual cost of living adjustment. The 2026 COLA is still projected at 2.6%. This is on top of that, a separate direct injection of relief. Why? Because the way that Washington calculates COLA, or the CPI, it's really rigged against seniors. It's not fair. The measures, this essentially measures prices based on urban wage earners, okay? Not the older Americans. And guess what? That completely misses the fact that seniors spend way more money on things like medicine, housing, and groceries. Now, the TSCL says that we should be using the CPI-E. This is a measure designed around seniors' actual spending habits, right? So their surveys actually back it up. 96% of seniors want the CPI-E adopted. 1 in 5 is spending over $1,000 a month on healthcare alone. And of course, here's the gut punch. 7.3 million seniors are living on less than $1,000 per month in total. It's almost unreal here, guys. Now, if you appreciate the daily news updates, please take a second, hit the like button for the video. I really do appreciate your support. But here's the question, and I want you thinking about it for the rest of this video. Is this $1,400 a moral obligation to protect our seniors, or does it risk the system's long-term health? Because here come the critics, and they're not whispering. Some people are saying that a payment like this $1,400 payment, could drain the Social Security fund faster than anyone is prepared for. They argue that it's the kind of short-term sugar high that politicians love to hand out just before an election, kind of like a feel-good check today in exchange for a bigger problem tomorrow. Now, remember, we've already been here before, guys. Biden promised, raise your hands. Let me see a show of hands here, guys. How many remember Biden promising $200 a month for Social Security during his campaign? Sanders and Elizabeth Warren pushed a bill to add $2,400 a year and eliminate taxes on benefits. Both proposals dead in the water, drowned in concern costs. Okay, so that's why this tension is so real right now. If it costs billions, but keeps seniors from skipping medicine or meals, you tell me, is it worth it? Or do we pause, protect the fund, leave millions to fend for themselves against rising costs? It almost sounds like both situations are awful, but I need you to let me know which one makes more sense to you. And so just when you think that this debate is heated enough, there's a twist that's coming that takes it from basically fiscal policy straight to a political warfare. Because what if I told you that there are GOP lawmakers that are saying that this fight over $1,400 checks could collide head on with something much darker, the weaponization of the banking system itself? Now, I'm about to walk you guys through what they're calling Operation Choke Point 2.0 and how it could not just this boost, okay? Your very access to your own money could be in jeopardy. It could literally be in somebody else's political crosshairs. Yeah, I know it sounds scary, but I need to share the details with you because I don't want my community caught off guard by this. Now, a lot of people, they don't even notice the slow creep of higher co-pays, rising medication costs, or even the shrinking benefits until it's too late. I partner with Chapter because they catch these changes before they even drain your wallet. Take Leslie Taylor, for example. She's saving $1,000 a year now. Sharon Bertusik, after losing Medicaid, she got on a plan with zero premiums and zero medication costs, plus her co-pays dropped from $89 to $20. Now, these are not even rare cases. They happen every single day. Now, if you haven't had your plan reviewed lately, you could easily be overpaying right now. So give our friends a call at Chapter right now. It's a totally free call. Phone number is down below on your screen, 909-563-8279, or visit them on the web at askchapter.org/Ron, and make sure that your plan is still working for you and not against you. All right, so now here's where this story really kind of stops being just about Social Security math, and it starts sounding like something out of a political thriller here. So GOP lawmakers, they're warning that the same forces that are pushing back against this $1,400 Social Security boost are part of a much bigger problem: politically motivated banking discrimination. They're calling it debanking. And if you haven't heard that term before, you need to pay attention. This is not some fringe conspiracy theory. We're literally talking about high-profile people, including President Trump himself, claiming banks turn them away or even close their bank accounts for political reasons. Trump has said flat out that after the last election, banks like JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America refused to accept over $1 billion in deposits from him. Now, those banks denied it, but then came the stories from Melania and Eric Trump. Now, Melania says that after leaving the White House, her bank suddenly shut her account down. There was no warning, no valid reason. A university even rejected her charitable donation for foster students after realizing that it came from her. Unbelievable, right here, guys? I mean, the people who paid the price, it was the kids. They lost the scholarships entirely. That pisses me off, guys. I don't know about you guys, but Eric Trump says that they were canceled across the board. Capital One, Chase, Bank of America, TD, First Republic, no warnings, no criminal allegations, just closed. And according to them, the only offense was their last name. Now, the banks involved all deny political discrimination, but to millions of Americans watching, this fits a disturbing pattern, one that GOP lawmakers trace back to something that they call Operation Choke Point 2.0. Now, under the Biden administration, they say regulators use their power over banks to quietly pressure them into cutting off customers that are tied to political causes that the administration just didn't like. Now, there was no trial, there was no due process, just we're closing your account. So here's the nightmare scenario. If banks can just decide that they don't like your politics, what's to stop them from delaying, freezing, or even obstructing something like a one-time $1,400 Social Security payment, right? And that's where President Trump's administration comes into the picture, because they're not just talking about the $1,400. They're talking about stopping this weaponization dead in its tracks. Trump has already ordered regulators to review any political or politically motivated account closures. His message is simple. Every American, left, right, or center, should be able to access their money without worrying about political blacklists. Can I get an amen, guys? I mean, here's the strategic brilliance of all of it. By linking the fight to seniors' $1,400 Social Security boost with the fight against bank weaponization, Trump is turning this into a two-punch combo. Guys, protect the vulnerable, crush the abuse of power. Now, But what happens to millions of seniors if this boost gets blocked or even delayed? I mean, like, that's where the stakes really get personal. And the next part, it's going to hit this out of the park. It's probably even it's going to feel like you got punched in the gut after this one, because I'm going to show you what $1,400 really means when you're living on the razor's edge, and why blocking it isn't just policy, it's punishment. So let's cut through the noise just for a second. Let's talk about what $1,400 actually means if you're one of the millions living on fixed Social Security income. Now, we're not talking about a vacation fund. We're talking about catching up on overdue rent or utilities before the lights get turned off. That's not a great place to be, if you understand what I'm saying here. So we're talking about paying for prescriptions. You know, you've been cutting in half some of these pills to make them last longer. We're talking about finally being able to buy a full grocery cart of groceries without having to put food back at the register. For 7.3 million seniors living on less than $1,000 per month, this boost isn't extra, it's survival. And blocking it doesn't just leave them where they are, it kind of pushes them further back. So when critics are out here saying, oh, it's too expensive, or we have to protect the trust fund, it forces the real question. Do we protect Washington's balance sheet, or do we protect the dignity of the people who built this country? I mean, it's a tough call, right? Now, here's where the danger of politicized banking connects back in. If the wrong people control the checkpoints, the payment systems, the banks, they don't even have to vote against the $1,400 in Congress. They can just stall it. They can slow walk it, or they can even deny access on a case-by-case basis, quietly, out of sight. That doesn't sound very fair to me. I mean, like, this is why GOP lawmakers, with Trump's full support, of course, are pushing what they're calling choke point reform. It's designed to make sure that no administration, Republican or Democrat, can weaponize financial regulations against citizens ever again. Now, think about it. Your right to receive your own Social Security check, or any federal benefit for that matter, really should not depend on whether a private bank approves of your political beliefs or not. The moment that becomes normal, financial freedom is gone. And this is bigger than just seniors. If they can do it to a Social Security payment, then what's next? VA benefits, disability, tax refunds, right? President Trump's position is very clear. Dismantle the machinery that allows that kind of control. Lock in protection so every American, regardless of politics, gets what they have earned. And this brings us to the big picture here, because this fight is no longer just about $1,400, much bigger than that. Okay. What is at stake is the balance between protecting people in a time of economic strain and also preventing institutions from holding your financial life hostage. Here's the truth. This is far more than just a one-time $1,400 check. It's really about two forces colliding head on. On the one side, you got the urgent need to protect Social Security recipients in an era of rising costs where every dollar counts. But on the other side, the growing threat of international and institutional overreach, where the levers of financial power can be pulled in order to reward their friends and punish their enemies. And so right now, President Trump and his team, they're standing right in the middle of that collision, making it very clear. America is not going to abandon its seniors, and it's not going to tolerate banks or bureaucrats acting as political gatekeepers to your own money. The $1,400 boost, this is a litmus test. So, are we a nation that steps up when those who built it are struggling to keep the lights on? Or are we a nation that hides behind these spreadsheets while people choose between food and medicine? This is also a test of something deeper than that. Whether we let unelected institutions quietly decide who gets paid and who gets locked out, or whether we defend the principle that financial access should be a right, not a privilege doled out based on politics. So I'm asking you right now, because this isn't just my opinion. It's your future. Should the $1,400 Social Security boost move forward no matter what? Drop me a yes or no down below. Should the $1,400 Social Security boost move forward no matter what? Or should we hit pause to protect the trust fund, knowing full well millions will go without today, tomorrow, tonight, next week, next month, right? And do you believe that the banks should ever have the power to interfere with a payment that you've earned because of who you voted for? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm reading every one of them, because at the end of the day, this isn't just a policy debate. It's also about the kind of country that we choose to be, and whether we stand with the people who've earned these benefits or with the institutions that are trying to control them. And if you think that this fight is going away, oh, it's not. The $1,400 boost the weaponization of banking, the reforms being pushed through Congress, they're all part of the same story, guys. And in the weeks ahead, I'm showing you exactly how deep this goes and how it could affect your money next. Now, YouTube believes you're really going to enjoy the next video that just popped up on your screen. And if you want to know the full picture of how these battles connect, click that video right now, and I will see you on the other side.